Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. First paragraph of Purusha Suktam we chant. First Anuvaka. Om Sahasrashirusha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Bhrutva Atyatishtaddashangulam Purusha Evedagam Sarvam Yadbhutam Jamavyam Utamritatvaseshanah Yadannenatirohati Etavanasya Mahima Atojyayagamscha Purushah Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasyamritam Divi. Up to that? What is the first Anuvaka? Oh, okay. And we went up to 2, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Purusha Suktam. Vaitikam Suktam. Vaitikam Suktam. Vedaihi Katitam. That is found in the Vedas. So it is therefore referred as, if Jangaji can come this side, I can see you somewhere. You can sit in the chair. Vedaihi Katitam Muktam. Therefore it is considered as a mantra. A mantra is that which is considered as apaurushaya, not a human thought, a divine command or divine revelation, I would say. Revelation. When we say revelation, what it means is it has appeared in the consciousness or the awareness of a person who is meditating upon the highest truth. And a person who is capable of doing that contemplation must be one who has transcended the mind. Therefore, it's called Mananat Trayate Mantra. That's why it's called mantra. When somebody of authority, when he or she tells something, you take it for granted, for true, without questioning it. Very often they say Swamiji said it, then everybody is quiet. I might not have even said also. So that is the way they use it. Or when you are, the small children say, Daddy had told you. Then quite after some time that happens, and after when he becomes a teenager, who cares? The principal told you. a president of a company told, then there is no question asked. So if a revelation has come from the unknown, there cannot be questions about it. See, that is why we see some of the words that are used may not be according to the grammar, but it is said, Arsha Prayoga, Rishi Prayoga. Rishis have used it, therefore it is true. It is accepted. Similarly, mantra is not a human created statements. They are revelations. Being revelations, they are considered as holy, divine. All right. Now, when we utter the same mantra, that resonates with the reality. Why the mantras are more efficacious than stotrams? Because they are in consonance or in tune with the reality that was revealed. So that's why we see that mantra drashta, mantra ka drashta hota hai. Meaning those rishis are considered as mantra drashta. So see in the mantra, meaning they realized the importance of that mantra. Like Vishwamitra Rishi is a mantra drashta of Gayatri. So here also, drashta is Narayan. So it is said, therefore, the mantras that are revealed are reality revealed to them. And when we utter the same mantra, it resonates with that which was told at that time. That's why the tradition of chanting in the same way is to be maintained. Sometimes when you hear traditional songs, Tyagaraja, let us say, or Purandara, somebody puts some other raga and sings, you feel very agitated about it. I don't get agitated because I don't know what raga is. But if somebody sings the same song in some other, especially when they do the English version, American version, and all those things, you feel very odd about it. Same happens with food also. Some other way of doing it. You feel vada made out of fried, what is it called? What is that called? Air fry. You feel very odd. This is not vada. Vada. Not necessary. Mantras are to be chanted in the same way it was revealed to the rishis. Therefore, the tradition of how to chant. So, when you chant the same way as it is chanted in traditional way, then only it is said to be as efficient as it was originally. I mean, what is coming to us as tradition is to be accepted as the tradition. You cannot say that is your tradition, my tradition is different. I will chant, I will only say things. Sahasra Shirusha Purusha, Sahasraksha Sahasrabad. And that is not chanting. So it is when you are chanting, you should chant in the same way, the traditional way of. And why it is so, also another reason is, mantras are also, may also follow the meter, chandas. And when the chandas is not followed properly, then it is evident that you have lost or you have compromised some of the words, some of the letters. That happens even in singing also. Instead of ka, they say ka. Why? Just to fill the meter. When they take to another meter, they will compromise on the pronunciation. And sometimes the meaning also changes. So when we are chanting in the traditional way, then only the efficacy of that mantra is maintained. Because it is, as I said, Vedaihi Suktam, Vedikam Suktam. All right, so you have been given the introduction to these few verses before. Now I am going to the one which I think where you were stopped there. So therefore we go to the portion where it is Purusha Evedakam Sarvam. Purusha Evedakam Sarvam is what we have understood as. What happened? You're still there. Okay, good. Purusha Evedakam Sarvam. Yadbhutam yaccha bhavyam. Utamritatvaseshanah. Yadannenatirohati. Etavanasya mahima. Ato jyayagamscha purushah. Pado osya vishvabhutani. Tripadasyamrutam divi. Purusha eva idam sarvam. Idagam should be understood as idam. Idam means this. So what does it mean? All that is, and it is said, yad bhutam yaccha bhavyam sarvam. Bhutam bhavyam includes vartamanam. Because here idam it is said. Idam, when it is said, it means vartamanam, present. Bhutam, that which was there in the past. Bhavyam, bhavitavyam, what is to be in the future. So whatever was there in the past, whatever is there in the present, and whatever would be in the future, sarvam, etat sarvam, purusha eva. Now, why it is said so? The reason that is because upadanakatvat. First reason is upadanakatvat. Upadana means material cause. Material cause of this world is from that Paramatma only. Yes, tasmat va edasmad akashas sambhutah akashat vayuhu vayoho agnihi agnehe apah adbhya prithivi prithivya oshadayah oshadibhyonnam annat purushah purushonnara samayah. Taittiriya Upanishad. Tasmat, therefore, etasmat, from this only, akasha, space, has been created. Now we will see in detail what is this about Panchabhuta Vivaranam, Viveka, we will see in Panchadashi, what it means that akasha came from the absolute. Now, akasha is that which does not have any particular form or limitation in space. Of course, space does not have limitation of space. So when we say it is avyakta, it is impossible to comprehend. We know it, but we don't see it. Similarly, if the akasha itself is imperceptible, immeasurable, then what is the cause of that one? The cause of a thing must be either of the same nature or of greater nature than the effect. So here it is said, tasmatva, Sarvam kalu karmajatam upadene vina na anyat kinchit asti. Gurudev also has said many places, upadanena vina, without the effect, without the cause, karya jatam sarvam, whatever is subject to becoming an effect or subject to coming in the process of an effect, cannot be without the presence of the cause. Karya jatam sarvam upadanena vina na anyat kinchit asti. Meaning, Gurudev used to say, effect is nothing but cause in another form. Mud pot is none other than mud in another form. A golden chain is none other than gold in another form. A wave is none other than water in another form. So when you say another form, what does it mean? It is the form that has come into effect, not the cause. Think. Cause has undergone no change while becoming an effect. When you say becoming, again it has to be questioned, what is that becoming? It is not, it has undergone any change. If it had undergone the change, we'll see that a little later, what happens then. When it is said Purusha Eva, that means what? The original cause is untouched. Idam sarvam Purusha Eva. Not that Purusha has not, it has become non-Purusha. It has not become something else. It is not like milk becoming a butter. Milk has become better. Therefore, it's become butter. Now it has undergone a change then. Then you cannot say Purusha everything else, right? Because the Purusha, the cause, has undergone the change. Therefore, it cannot be remaining as Purusha anymore. But that is not the case here. Yad bhutam, etchabhavyam. Whatever is in the past, whatever will be in the future, whatever is present, it has undergone no change. So, from the standpoint of the world, we don't see it. We only see Nama Rupa Jagat. Therefore, we fail to see what is that which has not undergone a change but appears to be. Like when you see a pot, you say it's a pot, then ask what pot it is? Mud. So mud has undergone a change there. No, mud is appearing as a pot here. Because any portion of the pot you touch, it is still mud only. It behaves like mud only. Therefore, from the standpoint of the reality, it has undergone no change, but failing to see that way, when we see only the effect, then we get confused about because of the plurality. Because one doesn't look like another. Variety of names and forms make it appear as though all of them are independent realities. Independent realities, they are distinct from each other. We see the distinctions and therefore we think they are all against each other, contradictory to each other. But that is to attenuate that only, the Purusha mantra here says, Purusha eva idam sarva. Even though you see variety. This is what is known as Vivartavada. Vividam vartate. Vividam vartate means appears as different from each other. Vividam iti vartate. Appearing to be different. That's why the example of milk becoming a butter or curd is what is known as Parinamavada. Parinamate. Parinamita means that which has changed. So, in the world of science, what we see, science believes matter has undergone a change to become this universe. That's why they are looking for what is the original matter. Because they think the original matter doesn't exist right now. They keep finding out where it was long time back, millions of years back, what it was. Are Baba, wahi hai abhi. Even now it is there. No, it is undergone change. Parinam. Or somebody would say that the creation has begun from something which has disappeared from the scene. आरंभवाद आरंभ करके छोड़ के चला गया वो और दूसरों और जगह में है. So many of the religions would say God created and then he took rest. He went on to the heaven and hid himself. Where is he? You have to find. Because he created and went. He आरंभ करके छोड़ गया. That is also not true. Because then effect has no cause at the present moment. Effect has been created and cause has gone somewhere else. Is it that the mud pot, having created the pot, is went away somewhere? So, Vivartavada is there is only an appearance of variety where the original remains untouched, undergone no change. Now that is why it is said, it is like the waker going through the dream. Is the waker anyway changed because of what is happening in the dream? In the dream, he may be going through hell, married and got 5 children. You know, that story when Narada wanted to know what is Maya, and then Krishna Bhagavan gives all that, or even Ramayana also it comes, right? Where, you know, he goes through that experience of Jagan Mogini. He goes and tries to marry her, and then Vishnu comes and takes her and he gets very upset. All that. But then he comes out of that even that happens to all of us also. When we wake up, I have undergone no change because of what happened in the dream. Experience is there, but it also remains for too short a time. You don't remember. But I have undergone no change between the time I went to sleep until now. I mean, when you wake up. Of course, physical body is undergone, that is going on parallelly. But I have not been affected by the dream that I had, and whatever has happened in the dream has not touched the waker. You cannot deny the state of dream also. At the same time, you cannot think that the waker has been affected by the dream experiences. If I've jumped into the well in the dream and I won't get up wet. And that's what Gurudev would say. You went to the dream as a lawyer. You come out as a lawyer only, not doctor. You might have studied medicine in the dream, but you cannot become that. Right? That is called Vivartavada. Undergoing no change while there, before, after. That's why Yat Bhutam, before the sleep. Yat Bhavyam, after the sleep. Same Purusha only. The waker is remaining in the state, in the same state. Now, extrapolating the same thing, even as the waker, we go through many experiences. Turiya Purusha remains the same. The pure consciousness is unaffected by the waking experiences that we have, or any jiva-related experiences that are going on even now, has nothing to do with or unaffected by them, is the pure consciousness. Vinashyatsu avinashyantam. Yap pashyati sapashyati. That which is subject to perishing, in that the imperishable. Sharas sarvani bhutani kutastha aksharam uchyate uttama purushastu anyaha paramatma iti udahartha. Undergoing no change. So it is said here in Mahabharata, beautiful portion where it is said, Ya esha purusha esha devaki putraha purastat avatishtate sa eva purusho bhutam bhavyam chapi tata bhavat. Ya esha devaki putraha. This Krishna, the son of Devaki, purastat avatishtate, is standing in front of you. Sa eva purushaha, he is the purushaha. Bhutam bhavyam chapi tata bhavat. In the past also he was, in the future also he will be, undergoing no change. You know, that's a beautiful episode when we in the Upanishad Ganga, when Gandhari, having at the end of the war, she lost all the Kauravas. And she was still, having her eyes tried. And when she was told, when she learned that all her children are perished, including Duryodhana, everybody, she was so grief-stricken and unhappy and angry. Who is the cause for all these things? Now, she wants to know who is the cause, and she opens the eyes, she can burn everybody. That kind of a power she had. Because of the, her Ekapati Vrata, Pativrata she was. So then, Yudhishthira goes forward, or Arjuna goes forward. At the time, Vyasa pushes them back. Don't. And he goes to her. Krishna is the cause of the whole thing. So she, of course, she is upset at that point. Whatever she says will come true. So she curses him. Krishna, you know everything. Yet you created such a distraction. Partiality you show. Therefore, you will also meet the death in the same way, unexpectedly. Krishna only smiles. So at that time, Vyasa says to her, Krishna Dvaipa, he is the grandfather of everybody. He says to her, you understand one thing. All those people who died are all Krishna only. And all those who are surviving are also Krishna. Krishna just keeps quiet. He just smiles the whole thing. You must watch that. So she says, what are you saying? Krishna vedagam sarvam. That's what he says. Yaha esha devaki putraha purastat avadishtate. Staying there. Sayeva purushaha bhutam bhavyam cha tata bhavat. Same one only. No different. All those who killed also is he. All those who were killed also is he. And those who survived also is him. No change. So he's unaffected by what happened. So we should understand, even though it is said, idam sarvam very clearly shows plurality. So if is it the Purusha is the plurality alone? If that is the plurality, that means it's like when you're saying mud has become the pot, various parts, and you put all the parts together, you get the original mud. Right? Is it in the same way that the entire matter put together is Purusha? Can you just say that? Purusha is nothing but all names and forms put together. That means what? When you accumulate all the names and forms, you get the original Purusha. Is it so? Then it will be to say that he is a bundle of matter. But that is not the case. Right? Even though the matter is appearing to us in front of a visible reality, but the one who is not that matter alone. That's why the next word, Uda, Amrtatvasya Ishana. It is subject to no change of the nature of eternality. Amrita means eternality. Amrita has got 4 meanings. Now let us look at the word Amrita. I mean, Mritam first. Mrit is to die. Mriyate, mriyate. Okay. Mrita means what? Dead. Mritam, dead. Right? Mritam is dead. Mritatva means deathfulness. It's a bhava. So mritatva means what? Subject to death or subject to perishing, subject to destruction. Now, similarly, amrita, undead. Amritatva, not subject to death. Tva pratyaya, when you add to that, tatva, tva pratyaya, when you add that, it's a state of. So, amritatva means what? Of the state of immortality, of the nature of immortality. Ishana. He, the one who is a provider of the state of immortality. Meaning what? Mokshasya pradata. Moksha pradata ityartha. It is that who is the bestower of. Ishana means pradata. Pradatru, the giver, the provider, the bestower. Mukunda, the means dadadi. Varada, varam dadadi. Right? So dadadi, the is what there? Pradata, giver. So Ishana means not only a giver, but he's a ruler. So one meaning is provider, giver of moksha. Amrtatvasya pradata, amrtatvasya Ishana. If I am the giver of immortality, what should I be? I am subject to death, then how can I give deathlessness to you? I can only give where I am. If that idam sarvam purushaha amrtatva pradata chet, tasya swabhavaha api, nature by itself is amrutatvam only. So you cannot say, therefore, he is a bundle of matter. Amrtatasya pradata na prutam bhavati. The giver of reality, I mean, giver of the eternality cannot be individuality. It's not individual subject to death. So therefore, here it is said, mokshe nitye amrite deive kirtitam tu amritam budaihi. Budaihi katitam kirtitam. By the men of wisdom it has been extolled. What is the meaning of amrita here? Mokshe nitye amrite daive. It is of the nature of immortality, amrita, that is mokshe, liberation. Nitye, eternality. Amrute, nectar. Daive, of the nature of destiny. All of them are referred as Amrita. Because when we say moksha is not subject to end. अरे मोक्ष हो गया फिर क्या करने का अभी? So that means moksha also ends. I have to do something. See, karma phala ends, then you have to do karma again. Because karma phala is not eternal. Therefore, when the karma phala, the result ends, then you have to start again another karma. Ananda is also end. Therefore, you have to start another work for Ananda. But therefore, here moksha, this nature of Amrita is what? Nitya. Nitya means of the nature of eternality forever. So moksha has to be Nitya. And also moksha has to be Ananda. Here Amritam to be understood Ananda. Ananda means it has surpassed all the desire that you can fulfill. It is not one of the desire fulfilled. It is a state of mind of joy where all the desires have akamahataha na kamena hataha. There is no more torture from desire. Akamova, aptakamova. Akama means one who desireless, or one who is aptakama. All the desire fulfilled. Then also there is no desire. Aptakama sthitihi. That is called Amrita. So mokshe, nitye, amrite, daive. Daiva means here to be understood as all the karma vasanas have ended. Destiny has found its destination. No more destiny. There is no more destiny to experience. All the destinies have ended. That is what is referred as Amrita. Tasya Ishana, the one who is the ruler of that. This is one meaning. Second meaning is Amrita Day means Devatas also, or denizens of the heaven. Tesham Ishana is the God or Ishvara of that. All the immortals, so-called immortals, Swargavasina, those who are staying in the Swarga. Suvarga. What is Swarga? Suvarga. Of the different clan. Sushtuvarga. So here, if you understand this way, there are 4 types of moksha spoken in the Vedas as well as in the Puranas. 4 types of Chaturveda. 4 types of them are spoken. What are those? Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, Sayujya. Sarupya means taking the same form of God. So in the Upasana Marga, Sarupya Moksha is also considered as Moksha. Meaning, the devotee wants to have the characteristics of God. So when a Sarupya Moksha is given, the devotee, the Upasaka, feels the presence of God whom he worshipped in oneself as one's own form. That is why it is said, Shivo Bhutva Shivam Yajeta. So when a person who is worshipping Shiva, he has to wear or appear physically in the form of Shiva. Meaning, is he not wearing this? Otherwise, he won't. But when it comes to puja, oh, you should say, he becomes like a Shiva. As soon as the puja is over, remove all this. Then it's Jiva Rupa, not Ishwar Rupa anymore. Shivo Bhutva Shivam Yajeta. Vishnu Bhutva Vishnu Yajeta. Vishnu, all the way because you can move further. You also. Basically, I mean, if they are worshippers of Devi, then we put kumkum there. So what does it mean, sarupya? So the upasakas take the form of the devata they are worshipping with an intent of becoming like that devata. Then salokya. Salokya mukti is where in the abode of the Lord, maybe Vishnu Loka Prapti or Shiva Loka Prapti. What does that mean? Goloka Prapti. Goloka means Krishna worshippers will go to Goloka. Vishnu worshippers go to Vaikuntha. Shiva worshippers go to Vaikuntha. I mean Shiva. That is Kailasha or that one. Rama's worshippers go to Saketapuri. So therefore, going to the meaning what? Being in the proximity of those people who are loka here does not even physical place, in the company of those who are worshippers of that same God. That is a loka. You go to a bar and expect satsang. They sat and sang only. सत्संग चाहिए तो सत्संग हाल में जाना है. So that is a loka. If you go to a bar, bar loka it becomes. So in the company of those who are worshippers of the same deity. All right. So that also is a great, achievement, I would say, because you are in the company of the devotees of the Lord, and therefore you maintain the same stream of thought without any disturbance. Samipya. Samipya mukti is where you are in the proximity of the Lord, meaning as a sevaka, dasa, as a servant of the Lord. Meaning you are able to continuously engage in actions related to the Lord only and nothing else. Bhagavan says in Gita, Mayeva mana adasva, mayi buddhim nivesha, nivasishyasi mayeva, adavurdvam nam samshaya. Atachittam samadadam nashaknoshi mayi stiram, abhyasa yogena tadaha, mamichaptum dhananjaya. Abhyasebhya samartosi, matkarma paramo bhava. Matartama vikarmani, kurvan apnodi, kurvan siddhim avapte. Right? Meaning what? मेरे लिए काम करो, जो कर्म मेरे लिए करना है तो आप करते रहो. So Ishvara karma, Bhagavat karma, and continuously, like Hanumanji said to, you can say Samipya mukti. I mean, of course, he is eligible for much more, but he wanted to remain there only. I want to be a dasa. I want to be in your loka, meaning the proximity of your own devotees, and I want to remain engaged in actions related to you. But the final Bhagavan says, one who has completely purified and having no other desire, then what I give you Sayujya. Sayujya Mukti means merging with the Lord. Mayeva mana adasva mayi buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi ada urdhvam mayeva nivasishyasi. And then you stay in me only, you will not go anywhere else. You are forever with me. Nivasishyasi. So Chadurvidhani Mokshakhyani. So the 4 types are given here. Amritatvasya Ishanaha. That Purusha is giver of this Amritam. All right. Now, Annena Atirohati. Annena Atirohati. Annena by food. Atirohati, grows. Grows, not gross. Grows. Rohanam, atirohanam. Rohanam is to grow. Atirohanam is to go beyond. Now here it's a very important point you have to note. We are all growing out of food only. If you stop eating food, we'll not. Annad bhavanti bhutani. Annena bhutani jayante. Annena jatani jivanti. Correct? With the food alone, we can remain. So that is said in Gita also. Annad bhavanti bhutani. Parjanyad anna sambhavaha. So, again, when we see, when we eat food, we become food. Do we? Or we remain as food? Some people are like that only. Eat food and be as food. No. The food is meant for what? Sustenance of the body. Why do you need to sustain the body? Body is not sustained for the body. Body is an abode for something for which you eat. Is it not true? Body is maintained for the sake of the body or for the sake of the one who resides in the body. See, in a kingdom, a palace is there and lot of servants are there. Are they serving the palace or they are serving the king? Maintenance of the place and then painting. Hey, किसके लिए कर रहे हो? किसके लिए? If the king is not there, which the palace is of any use? No king. Why not you feed the dead body then? Atirohati, that's why the important here is. Annena atirohati means it surpasses that which is maintained by the food. It goes beyond what is sustained by the food. Which is to say, the one Purusha who is there is not subject to, conditioned by the food alone. Annena adaniyena bhojyadvarena swakaranam atitya rohati. If, let us say that I am taking rice coming from the paddy, no doubt, that is the effect of the paddy is the rice. Then I eat the rice. Body is eating the rice, right? But the body is eating the rice for the sake of not the body. Now who is then? One who is other than that. That's why he said, Bhojyadvarena, by the very consumption of it, swakaranam atitya. It goes beyond its cause. The cause of the food is food. Cause of the food is food, but doesn't remain as the one who is eating that, it does not remain as food only. Swakaranam atitya. It is that which is transcending the cause. That is why the Purusha is different from the Annam. See, for example, when Bhagavan shows himself as the Virata Purusha, is he that only? Is he that only? A combination of all the living beings? No, it's not. Now, if you look at it, Samashti, Stula Jagat is Virata Purusha. Chaitanya associated with the Samashti Stula Sharirani, right? identified with the all gross bodies is referred as Virat. Identified with all the Sukshma Shariras is referred as Hiranyagarbha. Identified with all Karana Sharira is referred as Ishvara. But not identified with any one of those Shariras, what is he? He's still there. And the Paramatma. That's why it said, Kutastya Aksharamuchade Uttama Purushastu Anya. Different from that. Different here means what? Atitya. Atiroha means Aditya Rohati. It stays beyond that. It grows beyond the Annam. Annena Atirohati. Utaha, indeed. So Annat Bhavanti Bhutani, even though it is said, but even we as individuals, when we leave the physical body, Annamaya Sharira is left. It's given up. It's gone beyond that. The Jiva, after leaving the physical body, has gone Atirohati, has grown beyond that. Similarly, Gurudev used to say, in the state of meditation, when an individual does not anymore identify with his own body, mind, and intellect, all of them on the different levels of Annam only. Anything matter is Annam. Adaniyam Annam. Anything that is experienced is Annam. So, if that is the case, the Stula Annam is Stula body, Sukshma Annam is Manaha and Vijnanamaya Kosha, and then Karana Annam is what? Karana Sharir. All the three are transcended, and then only the moksha is experienced there. Transcended. Anna Jadasya Bhutasya Manushadehe Akaranat Nirvanadayi Bhavati Kripaya Purushottama. Mahabharata. Anna Jadasya Bhutasya Manushadehe Akaranat. Akarana means causelessly, meaning what is causelessly? Naturally. Bhagavan's nature of giving moksha is not due to any karana. Naturally compassionate. Akaranat nirvanadayi, mokshadayi, bhavati kripaya. Out of his own natural compassion, Purushottamaha. So, Bhagavan is the one who giver of that very great moksha, and that one remains beyond the vesture of matter, said to be surpassing the matter. Annena atirohati. Therefore it is said, Etavanasya mahima. That's the glory of the Lord. Etavanasya mahima. Ato jyayagamscha purushaha. Pado osya vishva bhutani. Tripadasyamritam divi. Asya mahima etavan. All these things are all asya purushasya mahima vibhutihi. Glory is nothing but his glory only. Ata jayagamscha purusha. But purusha is greater than even this. How much ever you know, it's beyond that. Whatever you can see is he, whatever you can't see is also. Padaha asya vishwa bhutani. Padaha means 1/4. 1/4 is this entire universe that you can think of. Vishwaha, plural. Bhutani cha. All living beings from all planets, all cosmos, whichever be the amount of the amount of discovery that the scientists can do, or whatever they can see, is beyond that also. That is what? 1/4, ekapad. 1/4 is this. This entire universe is 1/4, 1/4 of his being. Tripadaha, 3/4, Amritam Devi. It is unperceivable. It is in the realm of the heavens, in the realm of the immortals. Gurudev called it as in the realm of the consciousness. 1/4 only you are seeing. The 3 of them you cannot see at all. 3/4 of them are imperceptible. Now, why is it that Purushaha here? Isn't it? Etavanasya mahima adojjayagamscha Purushaha. He said Purushaha, Purushaha, Purusha is samanartha. So don't worry about it. Isn't it in Ramayana also? Hanuman. Both are same only. This Hanuman is different from Hanuman. No, same thing. It is referred as Hanuman sometimes and Hanuman sometimes. Similarly, Purushaha, Purushaha. Both are same only. Samanartha. Sarva Desha Kala Vyapi Amritatvasya Pradata. Iti Uktam. It's already said, he is the one who is the pervader of Sarva Desha, Sarva Kala Vyapi. Pervader of all the deshas and kalas, time and space. Also, it says moksha se ishana. That is also said. He is the giver of moksha. And what else further remaining? Etavan etat mahimana parinamaha asya mahima vibhuti matram. It is only his glory. It is still not described who it is, right? Who it is not even talked about. Only we can see the mahima. So if you go to somebody's house and various beautiful decorations are given, uska mahima hai. The wife of that house or the mother of the house is not yet seen, but you can see the glory pictures and paintings and then colors and flowers. Uska mahima hai. So now you want to see who is this actually, the one who's doing all this. So it is said, Ata etadrisha purushaha jayan prasasyaha sreshtaha. Indeed is glorious. Sreshtaha, the most prominent. And that is why it is said, Jayan means Jayato atoha, thereafter further, Jayagams cha Purusha. Much glorious than what you know. Brahmadi stamba paryantam jagat stavara jangamam sarvam etasya mahima sacha jayan ato harihi. From the blade of grass all the way up to Brahma, or Brahma onwards up to this blade of grass. Brahmadi stamba paryantam jagat stavara jangamam, the entire world of moving and unmoving, sarvam etasya mahima. It's nothing but the glory of the same, such a Jayan. So therefore he is referred as the highest, the best, Uttamaha, Sreshtaha, Harihi. Ekato va Jagat Krishnam, Ekato va Janardanaha, Sarato Jagataha Krishnat Atirikto Janardanaha. The Mahabharata says, Ekata, if you keep all the world in one side, Ekato va Jagat Krishnam, entire creation is kept in one side, and Ekato va Janardanaha. If we keep Bhagavan in one side, Sarataha Jagataha Krishnat Atiriktaha. Entire creation on one side and Bhagavan in one side, you still cannot weigh. He will always be much, 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 much greater than the entire creation. That is why it's called Asya Mahima. That is the greatness of this Lord. So it is said here, it's a beautiful set of statements made here. Yadayam Narayanakyah Purushaha Mahan Bhavati. Since you know Sanskrit, I don't need to translate that. Yada ayam Narayanakyah, the one which is known as Narayana, Purushaha Mahan Bhavati, Tadanim Eva Anurbhavati. Mahan Bhavati, great, colossally great. Then Anurbhavati. At the same time, not afterwards or before. At the same time, he is the most imperceptible, incomprehensible, minute presence. Anohaniyan, Adomaniyan, Atma Sijanto Nihitu Guvayan. The one who is the mightiest of the mightiest is the smallest of the smallest at the same time. Yadayam Vyapto Bhavati. As he pervades the whole thing, Tadeva Pradeshiko Bhavati. Pradeshika means in one place. Sarva mein hai, aur ek sal mein bhi hai wo. That is why it is said, you, the one who is able to see him in all, his presence is seen in you, yourself. Yateva bhumo bhavati tadeva parame vyomni bhavati. Bhumo bhavati, vyomni bhavati. Oh, he's in the earth only. No. Wahan pe. यहाँ नहीं, यहाँ भी है, वहां भी है. एतायम एको भवति तदानीम एव अनेको भवति. एकः, one. Anekah, at the same time is many. Yateva prakruto bhavati tadeva aprakruto bhavati. At the same, when it becomes prakrita means matter, that which is a visible matter, at the same time is invisible, beyond matter, non-matter, imperceptible presence. Yata vishaya vashaha bhavati tadeva virakto bhavati. As even he is the one who is making all pleasures possible, at the same time, virakta is at the same time dispassionately present. Yada narake bhavati tada swarge bhavati. Yada stri bhavati tadeva purushaha bhavati. Yada manushyo bhavati tadeva devo bhavati. Yadeva sarvam bhavati tadeva shunyo bhavati. Yada prapanchad bhinno bhavati tadeva abhinno bhavati. Yadeva bandako bhavati tadeva mokshako bhavati. Tasmat yani viruddha swabhavani tani sarvani tadani meva tasmin leenani bhavanti. Even though these things look contradictory, but everything gets merged into him. In Upanishad also it is said, it is in the Purusha Suktam, I mean it's in the Taittiriya Upanishad said, Satyam cha anrutam cha. It is Satya and Anrutam. Truth as well as false. Everything is merged in that. Tasmat अयम् ईदृशः इति दुर्ज्ञानः, दुर्वचनः, दुर्ध्यानः. Therefore, it is not possible to know him, possible to think, possible to even impossible to even contemplate upon him. Tasmad asya cheshtyam vang manasa agocharam. It is impossible to speak or even to think. That is what is said to be ato jayagam chapurushaha. So we'll see in the next class. Pado osya vishva bhutani. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.